I could, this is meditation for beginners 101. Okay. Now we focus on breath intake. And so you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, right? And you close your eyes and you do it, and your mind will wander, and that is okay. And what you're supposed to do is gently bring your focus back to the your breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And there's a reason for that. First of all, oxygen is this is another podcast, but oxygen is obviously is important, but oxygenating your body, and we tend to take shallow breaths when we're not paying
Right.
attention to our breathing, and so that has all sorts of effects. So just deep breaths in general, forget about the meditation. It's one of the best things you could do for yourself. But the reason why we focus on our breath in meditation is you're strengthening a muscle in your mind, where you are controlling the things that you want to give your attention to. So if you do it long enough, and you're when you're focused on your breath and your mind wanders and you bring back that focus, after a while, for me, years, but after a while, you get very good at saying, when a little thought pops into your head, nope, sorry, I don't want to be thinking about that right now. And that's what focusing on your breath gives you. It gives you a strong muscle to give your attention to where you want to. So
Right.
that's the first thing. So anyway, what do you meditate like that?
I do. I have I was going to save this for the end, but it's one of my recommendations. I know we like to recommend certain things at the end of the
It's
podcast,
all
but
good.
years ago, I mean, there's a ton of them out there. So I don't know if this one's any better than the next, but I downloaded the first app on my iPhone. It was called Oak Meditation. And it's great because it guides you through the meditation process, has this calming woman's voice. And then halfway through the meditation process, it has these chimes to make sure it brings you back to concentrating on the breath and where the breath folds, basically. So when you're inhaling and exhaling, you're focusing on where that breath folds. So you're trying to keep that present state of mind. And Oak Meditation, again, there's a million out there, but I really love it. It's got all types of breathing exercises. It has one that it's called Awake. So I know you're big on doing the quick breathing exercises, maybe before the fight or flight
Yes.
exercises, before maybe a demo or a presentation.
Or
And
going into a party or a date or an
yeah,
interview or
anything that
anything. Yeah.
might make you feel anxious. And then it's
Right.
got some calming music that kind of just, if you're feeling stressed throughout the day, and you want that power nap, or in the early evening, your body just feels tired. I put this on for 20 minutes, and if I feel like I'm floating sometimes. I mean, look, but the nice thing about the Oak, I've used it for years, and I can turn off the guided meditation, but I keep it on. It really keeps me focused, and it guides me to where I need to be. And I typically do a 20-minute meditation in the morning, and then I try to do one in the afternoon. I don't get to the one in the afternoon as much, but if I get 20 minutes, and everyone out there, like, everyone's like, 20 minutes, there's so much time. That 20 minutes feels like 5 minutes. You start getting into this rhythm, and it just doesn't feel like a long time. And you brought this to my attention years ago. Days that I don't meditate, I can tell that my energy level is shifted, and I am thinking about the future, or thinking about yesterday, and I'm not giving my present self to you, or my customer, or my son, wife, daughter, and I can feel the shift in energy. And I forget what book I read. It was on transcendental meditation, and Jerry Seinfeld did a great job of explaining his experience and benefits with meditation, and he talked about it as this tool that you always have in your back pocket. Like, once you start doing it and you embrace it and you have it, you're gonna want to, you need it. But like, if you get away from it, maybe you don't meditate for a couple of weeks, and you need it, you can bring it out of your back pocket and it's there for you. And that, I think that's pretty cool. It's kind of a cool way to look at meditation.
Well, Jerry Seinfeld specifically didn't meditate until he was well into his 40s, and he said that
Yeah.
if he would have been meditating when he was doing the show Seinfeld, that it would still be running. It would have ran 10 more
Wow.
years.
Yeah. Interesting.
And that I get up an hour. I'd rather get up an hour earlier to meditate than to sleep that extra hour. That's how I feel more awake
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I have meditation than sleep.